So how was your week of practice, Jeff?
Well, we had a really good week of practice. I think our guys understand that it's a one-game season. This is a big game, going to Nebraska and playing there. We've had guys working hard. We understand every week you're either going to win and be happy, and how you're going to handle that, or you're going to lose and eat some humble pie and give it a shove down your throat, and how you're going to handle that. But I think they've worked hard. They've prepared. This is a talented football team on both sides of the ball. They beat us pretty good last year. Our guys fought and hung in there to the end, but they beat us pretty good, and this is on our home turf. So, we've got our work cut out for us, but I feel like our team will come out with some fight, and they understand that, at this time of the year and for the rest of the year, you got to earn your victories. You got to earn them. You got to do as many things right as you can, and that starts from the top all the way down to the bottom. But practice has been good.
Any update on Horvath or Long or Witt or Jenkins?
Jenkins, we're optimistic. Horvath, Long. Who else did you mention?
Witt, Tyler Witt. You thought was going to tough it
Witt,
out?
we're optimistic. The other two, we'll see. Be game time decisions.
So Sander may pop up.
Yeah, game time decision.
Okay.
Is King okay?
King, we've been able to manage him, and as of right now, he should be ready to go. Yes.
How will you handle kickoffs on Saturday? Will you start with Mitchell or?
We have both ready to go. They both practiced and shared the duties in practice, and it wouldn't shock me if you see both of them kicking, or if one starts and he's kicking well, maybe we'll stick with him.
How long do you anticipate Chris being out?
Well, it's one of those high ankles, and what we didn't think was too bad. He had a pretty severe one, so those things are anywhere around the 4-week range, maybe before then, but we'll see.
If Greg can't go, how do you shuffle the offensive line, or does Cam just slide into that
Cam
spot?
Craig will get in the lineup then, and we may switch sides with the tackles, but Cam Craig will go in.
You talk about just the balance, Jeff, for Aiden O'Connell to try to make plays but not force things and attempts to turnovers.
Well, that's part of being quarterback, so you know what? He's made a lot of really good throws into tight windows that helped us win. At the same time, he's had quite a few turnovers. So, we've got to do our part as an offensive staff and play callers to, balance things up, not put as much pressure on them, but yet when it's time to throw, we've got to give them some completions that can happen in rhythm as much as we can, and there are certain times where we're going to have to throw it up the field, and he's got to just be smart with that and understand that there's time to be aggressive and there's time to pull that thing back. He's just got to have a feel for it, and it's much easier to talk about than do. We still want him to be aggressive. He may throw a pick every now and then. We just can't throw as many, and we've got to just really protect the ball. And turnovers can kill you, no matter who you are, and 5 definitely killed us last week. So we just got to minimize those as much as we can. And normally who wins the turnover battle has a good chance of winning the game.
Based on the 9 overtime game between Penn State and Illinois, is that added, or maybe you're already doing it, but the prep work you guys, coaches, have to put in as far as having enough 2-point plays to get you through a situation like that? Is that added extra, or at least brought to the attention that we got to have these things ready to go just in case?
Well, I think, as you probably saw in that game, when it gets down to 2-point plays, the chance of converting is below 50%. And just things are tight. There's a lot of guys in there. We carry quite a few. We carry quite a few plays down inside the 5-yard line that can, even go into that 2-point play if it gets up to where you're using a lot. And really, I watched every one of them. And when you get in there, you probably have to move the pocket, and you probably have to buy some time and just see if some guys can be an athlete and make a play. And I think you can design something to just happen in rhythm. When it's so tight in there with so many guys, the chances are slim. It can happen, but it's slim. So you got to, move the pocket, buy a little time, and the quarterback has to be able to make some plays.
Were you in favor of that rule when they first put it out, or is this how we should be deciding college football games?
You know what? I don't think they asked me, and I don't think they cared what I said. I think it was a safety reason, extending the game and the length of the game, probably what it was. And based on that game, you'll probably see much more of them if it gets beyond 2 overtimes. That thing could extend quite a bit.
The atmosphere at Nebraska, Jeff, you guys been there one time, you guys beat them. Just talk about the Lincoln Memorial Stadium and that whole environment over there in Lincoln, what you anticipate again to see.
Well, I think they have a lot of history and tradition there, and they pack it in there, and they support their team, and to do that every single game, no matter who they play, over the course of time is impressive. So, you know, we were fortunate last time we came in there as underdogs, and you know, played really well. I mean, both sides executed very well. Offense was hitting. David Blau was making passes and scrambling and making plays and making runs with his feet, and it was just kind of one of those days. Every year we play them, it's you know, they've improved. The score's gotten tighter, and you know, they had the upper hand this past year, and you know, and got us pretty good. So, you know, this is a town football team. You know, one thing you notice when you play Nebraska is they're big across the board at every position. I think they've continued to improve that every year. The quarterback has a ton of experience, and you know, they're playing good football right now. So we're going to have to, you know, go earn it and be ready for it, and understand that it'll take a full-fledged battle, and we're going to have to, you know, play well.
Discussion.